Hello everyone and welcome back to Berto's Kitchen. Today we are here for the fourth episode of the Top 10 Chef series with a wonderful recipe from Paolo Casagrande. Rigatoni with candied cod, tomato sauce and black olives. This is not a dish served in Barcelona at Lasarte, but it's a recipe that he made up for his masterclass in 2020. It's very easy to reproduce, yet very delicious and pleasing to the eyes. Remember that aesthetics play a very important role in cooking. You always eat something with your eyes first and just after that with your mouth. Let's go on the stove. First thing we take care about is the tomato sauce. Clean up a clove of garlic and make it nice and golden in a wide enough casserole with a thread of oil in it. Then also add some ground Cheyenne chili pepper. After just a bit of time, pour in the superfine tomato pulp. Let everything cook for at least 20 minutes, adding some water if needed. Just at the end, put in a small handful of basil leaves and let it rest like this. We always want to put basil at the end because we want to preserve the balsamic side of its taste that would be lost if we cook it since the beginning. And another little tip, never use a knife to cut down basil unless you really need to. It will oxidize really fast compared to ripping it off with your hands. Now let's take care about the cod, but I have something to say about it before we start cooking it. I don't really know if there's a word in English describing this, but in Italian that would be Baccalà, and not just merluzzo, which is the common name of this type of fish. Actually, Baccalà is cod that has been preserved in salt, while stoccafish instead is dried cod. Can be confusing, but we're still talking about the same fish in all the cases. Let's cut the cheddar and bring up some action now. Preheat the oven at 160 degrees. Now be very generous with olive oil in a high baking tray or whatever you can come up to in your kitchen. And some fresh herbs here. In this case, I love to use sage and rosemary, very commonly used here in Tuscany. Immerse our cod in there. It must be completely soaked in oil. Put it in the oven and let's cook it for 14 to 15 minutes. This should be the outcome. A candied cod, super soft and very delicious. Now, drain all the excess oil and keep this on side for later. Let's now cook the pasta. You should have boiled some slightly salted water while waiting for the cod and the tomato sauce to finish cooking. Throw in the pasta and wait 8 to 9 minutes till it's almost cooked. Then just drain it in a pan and add the tomato sauce to it. Now is the time to also add the raw tomatoes, previously cut in fourths. And the black olives, cut them or not, it depends from the size of them and your taste. Cook everything for 2 to 3 minutes, then turn the stove off and whisk everything with some extra virgin olive oil. We want a super smooth sauce here, bond with our pasta starch. We're all set now, let's go for the plating. We want it nice and pretty for our guests. Put the rigatoni in a row like this and spread some sauce on them. But for now, avoid the tomatoes and olives. Because we want to put first the cod on it, so that it doesn't fall off and has some stability. Now you want to spread evenly some tomatoes and olives there, and obviously finish with a fresh basil leaf on top to decorate. Rigatoni, candied cod and black olives. Italian style. Let's taste this delicacy. Oh. Wow, super tasty. Cod fits perfectly with this pasta format and the black olives. And you can really tell this has been cooked somehow differently. Tomato sauce really needs to be sweet in my opinion. Be very choosy with the tomatoes you use for this recipe. We are very close to the beginning of summer and there will soon be some gems from the vegetables garden. My favorite ones are from Ischia, an island in southern Italy very close to Capri. First time I tasted those tomatoes, I was convinced there was somehow a trick behind it. They were so sweet, that seemed confetti, but the price wasn't so sweet either, very expensive. And that's everything for today guys. Don't get scammed with veggies prices, but buy them fresh. Give a big like to this video if you loved it, and don't be shy and subscribe for more exciting ones. See you next week.